What's going on, guys? Will Blendon. Well, as of the time of this video, the government shutdown is continuing. I'm not even going to say who I blame, because this video is not about that. It's not about picking sides. I think ultimately we can all agree that it's the government in general, all three branches, that is a problem. But it's this video is more about what we could do to stay positive as far as our own economy. We can't really worry about, I mean, some of us got to worry about it if you have a government job. Some of us do got to worry about it. But we can't ultimately sit here and cry about it. We got to focus on making money for our families. You know, obviously, some of us got to focus on that, because if we don't focus on that, who's going to put food on our tables? And my kid's grown, so I don't have any young children to worry about, but I'm sure a lot of you that may watch this video still have young children at home, and you are worried about it. You are worried about your next paycheck. You're worried about if you're gonna have, you know, your medical is gonna be intact. Some of you may have to even worry about food stamps, you know. And the only thing that I see that can solve our individual problems, and I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not going to say it's going to be an easy road, but starting a business, to me, without furthering your education, is the only future I see for a lot of us, whether you're young or old, particularly if you're retired and you're aged out. You can't even go get a job because they'll say you're too old, or they simply won't hire you because they're looking for a younger demographic. Starting a business is the only future I see for a lot of us. Now, I don't want to make that sound easy, but let's be real. If you're looking at what I'm seeing with AI technology, it is getting easier for the average person. Starting an online business, to me, has never been easier in all of time. Never. Never, especially online. Literally, I'm seeing now where if you do the $20 plan with ChatGPT, it can build you a website. It can build you a GPT. It can actually build you a GPT to help promote your business. And we're at the time where you don't even actually have to pay for some of these tools. Google, I'm finding out just now myself, with the Google AI Studio, has so many capabilities for free. It's mind-boggling. I could literally spend a month just on Google, just on the Google tools. I could spend a month trying to learn everything. You know, especially if you're a content creator. If you're a content creator, there's never been a time more easier in the entire world. And I've seen technology grow. I was in the wireless cell phone industry for years, so I've seen technology grow. And I'm old enough to remember where we didn't have any computers or phones. I'm that old. Where we had telephones, but we didn't have any cell phones. We didn't have any pagers. And I'm old enough where I remember there was no computers. I saw all that growth in technology. And then being in the wireless cell phone industry for over 20 years, I saw, I'm not in that industry anymore, but I saw the growth of technology, from the walkie-talkies that were made popular, especially by business customers, you know, the sky pagers where you literally had to get on the phone. And a lot of you might remember this. You get on the phone and you call a 1-800 number, and you were having an argument with somebody, and you were telling the operator to swear, but she couldn't break the swear, so she had to like write something else in place of it. I'm old enough to remember those times. You know, doctors, even to this day, I'm told, have some type of paging system or text message, I'm assuming, when there's an emergency. But it's not, technology's not going to stop for any of us. It's not going to stop. But what I like about technology is you can literally have technology help you build your future. Like if you're watching me right now and you have no clue what type of online business you even should do. A lot of you have no clue. What should I do? I don't know. I don't have any skills. We all have some type of skills. If you go type in Claude or Gemini or ChatGPT, and you literally type this in, think like an online professional and give me ideas for a business based on these skills, and then immediately go down the list, type in any skills you have. We all have some. If you like art, type that in. If you like video games, type that in. Most of us have social media presence. Type that in. Type that in. How many followers you have. I don't care if it's only 100 on each platform. Type that in. Me, I could put in that I've been in the wireless cell phone industry for over 20 years. I could type that in. I've got experience doing network marketing, affiliate marketing, because I'm older. So the older you are, the more you should be typing. I've got quite a few followers on 6 different channels. I've got a little bit of social media presence on Instagram, TikTok, X, formerly known as Twitter. I've got over 7 years of experience as an Uber and Lyft driver. Type that in. I don't care if you're just a grocery store clerk or you're in sales for 10 years. What type of sales, where at, what type of degrees do you got? Some of you got degrees that you're not even utilizing. You're not even making money from what you were trained to do. Some of you aren't formally trained, but you know how to do braids or hairstyles. Type that in. And I guarantee you the AI tools will come back with however many ideas you tell them to give you. Tell them to give you 20, 30 ideas. Out of those 20, let's just say it gave you 20. You like at least 3. Out of those 3, tell it to go into more details. Go into more details on this particular one or this particular one. It gave me ideas on videos that I could do in the future, including this one. It gave me an idea on how to build a new holding company structure in a low-risk industry, how to build my transportation business going forward, and how to market a course to show others how to go private because Uber and Lyft aren't paying enough. ChatGPT as well as Gemini told me that. Excuse me. So I'm not saying that AI has all the answers, but I remember when we didn't have anyone to help us with ideas or answers. You had to physically go speak to a person with more knowledge than you. The AI goes out and finds the experts for you. So no, it don't have all the answers, but with the right prompts, it could go out and find the answers from the real experts. And there's no reason to wait until you're laid off. A lot of people are waiting to get laid off. With these government shutdowns, a lot of people are waiting to get laid off. Everybody should have what I consider a family LLC. Just a generic business structure designed to help the family get business credit, designed to help the family in emergencies, bring in more income, and it could literally be based on the family skills. Everybody should have this. And it won't have to pay, I'm not a tax expert, but if you set it up right, you won't really need to worry about taxes until you make some money. A lot of people are worried about that. Oh, I got to pay taxes on the entity that isn't making anything. You won't pay anything until you make some money if you set it up properly. And it's up to you whether you want to consult a professional to set up your entity. But on average, unless you're in California or New York, it shouldn't cost you more than a few $100s, even if it's a C Corp. That you're going to later turn to an S Corp or whatever, or just an LLC that later you're going to be taxed as a S Corp or C Corp. It shouldn't cost you more than $500 to $1,000 max. You know, obviously if you go to the wrong people, they're going to charge you a couple $1,000s, which I don't think in this day and age is even necessary. You can even do it yourself and only pay the minimum state and federal fees. Nowadays you can do it yourself. You can get your EIN yourself. You can set up your articles or incorporation yourself with help from AI to save some money. So there really isn't any excuse anymore with the help of AI. And then a lot of people in the tech field, this is what I really don't understand. A lot of people already in the tech field wait till they get laid off from a big tech corporation. When three software engineers could put their heads together, build a C Corp, they all got good credit. Leverage their good personal credit to get corporate credit. You got all these platforms out here that literally show you how to build your own, software without coding. But they know how to code without coding, but they already know how to code, so there's like no excuse why three software engineers can't put their head together to build a software platform. I know there's a lot of competition, but you already got a leg up being software engineers. So your only competition is how you market it. And then a lot of these software engineers, they keep their credit good. A lot of them already got good personal credit. So like one of them leveraging their personal credit to get business credit is simple, and you might only have to do that once as far as leveraging your personal credit. There's tools out here that I've found in the credit repair space that use AI to help you fix your credit. So that's another thing AI has helped us with. There's a lot of AI tools now to help you do short video form content based on your long form. I've been using that one called Opus Clips. So I know for a fact there's literally no excuse anymore on why everybody shouldn't have some kind of bare minimum small business set aside, if nothing else, to build business and corporate credit and bring in a few dollars extra a month for emergencies in the future. The technology is out there, and I understand if everybody could do it, we'd all be rich. But you're going to be the go-getter to do it. Not everybody's going to do it. Somebody's got to work at Burger King. Somebody's got to work at McDonald's. You know, somebody's got to, and I'm not bashing anybody that has jobs. I'm just saying that somebody's got to do those jobs. But it doesn't have to be you. And you could keep your job while you're working on this. I actually think the smartest people keep their job and actually like their job. Those are the best people that actually love their job, but they simply wanted to start a business to bring in more money. I envy those people because I hated retail with a passion. With a passion, I hated retail. Retail is what pushed me and drove me to become an Uber and Lyft driver because of time freedom. And I'm talking when Uber and Lyft were paying good. I know now we bitch and moan about the pay, but believe it or not, back in 2018, they were getting us then, but the money was probably 20 to 30% more than what they pay now. And they were getting us then. I truly believe that. They were paying out on affiliate commissions. There were people that didn't even literally work. All they did is refer drivers to Uber and Lyft. They were making so much money. The most I made referring a driver to Uber, I believe, was like $300 for one person. Imagine if I referred 2,000 back in the day. I wasn't focused on that at the time, but just imagine. And then they just cut that off. They just stopped paying people for bringing in drivers. I think they have affiliate programs now again, but the only problem with Uber and Lyft is they're shady. And they'll get you excited about something and just cut it off like that. That's the only issue I have with Uber and Lyft, because it is a good opportunity for people that needed something flexible. And don't get me wrong, I still do it part-time. I'm still an Uber and Lyft driver part-time to this day. But I quit during the pandemic for safety reasons. I would say probably the last year, you could probably say the pandemic, probably 2020. And then I think I tried to go back to work for a company in 2021. I went to work for a community center. And then my last final job was a group home, which wasn't safe even after the pandemic, because people were still getting sick. People were still getting COVID well into 2022. A lot of people were still getting sick. And the pay was so bad at the group home. I think they were trying to pay us like $14 and $15 an hour, which was ridiculous. ridiculous for a job that wasn't safe. But now they're paying more. Now I believe I think I spoke to a pastor, and they said they were making at least 20. I think 20 to 22 people are making now. But I mean, we're also in 2025. People, I think if you're not making on your job bare minimum $20 an hour, you need to start a side business. I don't know why I didn't try to start something sooner. I don't think I was driven enough, and I had so many personal influences like in my way in my life. I was taking care of my grandmother. My kid's mom was driving me nuts at the time. So I had too many outside influences to like really focus on being an entrepreneur. But after my grandmother died in 2017, is what shortly after that I became an Uber Lyft driver. And then I started focusing more on becoming an entrepreneur. I started my first YouTube channel. You know, I'm not blaming taking care of my grandmother. I'm simply saying I lacked focus to want to be an entrepreneur when you have outside forces stopping you. Me and my kid's mom went our separate ways, and I never was married. I got one daughter who blessed me with 2 granddaughters. That's actually who I'm going to see literally today as I make this video. I'm going to see them right now. Even though it's raining and the weather's not that great, I picked today to go see them rather than make money. But I'm blessed now that I have the tools, the mental tools, and the technology to build a business, hopefully before I leave this earth, that will be big enough to fuel a legacy. You know, and when I say legacy, I'm talking a trust set up, a business that runs itself. That's the goal, is to have a business that's run by either employees or partners, where I don't have to physically be there and it still make money. That's the goal, should be for everybody, is to have a business that runs whether you're physically there or not. Whether it be just something online that's monthly memberships, or something you don't have to physically get up and work and it still brings you money. That should be the goal for all of us. But the technology's there. If you're a go-getter, the technology's there. Like I said, I'm on the journey. I can't bring you all with me. But my goal is to build the whole legacy setup. The trust, probably more than one holding company, because I'm building a holding company that I could possibly sell in the future, and I'm building a holding company for my assets that's going to be anonymous. So one is going to be in the spotlight, one's not. Of course, you want to have wills, you want to have insurance policies in place, and a good whole life policy comes into play with obviously the protecting you and being able to borrow money when you need it. But they call that basically infinite banking. But it all starts with your drive, your motivation. If you have no drive and no motivation, you're just gonna watch this video and move on with your life. When literally I told you what to do if you don't have an idea. Go back to the beginning of this video if you missed it. I told you what to do. You literally could go to these AI tools and ask it what to do based on my skills. What should I do to make money? And it's gonna tell you. It literally could give you a breakdown, a business summary of what you need to do based on your skills. And a lot of times, other than a few $100s to set up your entity, it's not gonna cost you a lot of money. Here on this channel, we're also going to be talking about grants. I do have a grant link below with a real grant source. You don't want to just go to Google and be like, find me grants, because you're going to get a lot of bullshit. You're going to get a lot of scams. The best way to find grants is real grant sources, and I have a real grant source. Probably one of the best ones in the country. Links below. We're going to be talking about grants because once you set up your entity, you literally can fund it with grants. Now, grants, you don't have to pay back, but they're not tax-free. Go talk to your tax professional, but grants are considered income to your business. So you will have to pay taxes on this money, but you don't have to necessarily pay this money back if you use it to build your business. And I don't want to act like I'm a grant expert, but I managed during the pandemic, just as an Uber and Lyft driver, to get 2 grants that were completely waived. I got the PPP legally during the pandemic. Legally got the PPP. Didn't scam any entities. Didn't scam the government. I got it legally. And also got it legally waived. Got a small PPP. It was like $7,800, I believe. And I got a grant for $5,000 and another grant for $10,000. And I did get the EIDL loan that I'm currently paying on. That's the only thing I'm currently paying on, is the EIDL loan. I got a small EIDL loan. I didn't get hundreds of thousands like some of these people. I got $72K that I'm currently paying back at a small, very small interest rate. I'm paying back like $300 a month for a very small interest rate loan, which I'm not crying about because it is a small interest loan. And then in the future, if I get a larger grant, I probably will pay that one off if I get it at a decent interest rate. But the future is now. You can literally use AI, before I forget, to help you apply for the grants now. Matter of fact, the grant source I have, they already have AI built in their platform. You don't even have to go to ChatGPT. It's already built in their platform. And they do pay for referrals. I've referred over 20 people already to this grant source. They pay for referrals, guys. And they also do their own individual grant. The platform holders, they do like $1,000 grants periodically. They constantly do $1,000 grants just to help out their members. So now you got AI tools, you got grants, you got business and corporate credit. Oh, and before I forget, before I leave, one of the reasons why I'm thinking about going back to NWR, Make Wealth Real, is because now they have a company that they work with that can get you corporate credit without a personal guarantee. They specifically go after corporate and business credit that you don't guarantee. You don't have to guarantee. You can guarantee it if you choose to, but their focus is getting you, they have sources that they can get you credit just based on your business that you don't have to guarantee. All you gotta do is have a business and a banking account and the funds to get started. There is a fee to get started. It's like less than $3,000 to get started. But you could go after one of these grants and pay for that with the grant money. Or you could guarantee one loan just enough to get you like $5 to $10,000 and go pay for this and become an MWR member, and MWR will become your business. And then every person you refer, every company you refer equals a $400 commission to you for doing it. I've even considered becoming the funding company. You could become a funding company, have all these sources for companies to get money, and get paid from the companies. MWR just being one of the companies. There's a lot of companies out there that literally will pay you just to refer them to business owners that need money. I'm talking like thousands. MWR, that $400 is probably the smallest one that you'll be paid on. But what I like about MWR is the whole ecosystem, and you could get, there's ways you can get paid daily. Daily, every day. You have money coming in every day. So that could be used for your actual business. And then you put it under a low risk SIC code, like for online business, and that's only going to help your business get more funding. You don't want to put your business under something like I'm doing, like the transportation. You don't want to do that. And you got to stop using consulting. A lot of people have been using consulting. They're hip to that. The banks are getting hip to consulting. The minute you go in, you say you do consulting, they're like, oh, here we go. We got another one. Stop using consulting. It's low risk, but it's sending off a red flag that, oh, this guy's full of shit. Not everybody can be a consultant. You could be a consultant, but don't take the SIC code of consulting. There's nothing wrong with doing consulting, but I would not take the code for that. I talk about in a lot of my videos, one of the codes I'm going to be taking is software publisher, because I'm going to build out, I'm going to get grants, loans, corporate credit to build my own software. And how am I going to build the prototype? ChatGPT. You can literally go in, build your own GPT, and that could be the prototype for something bigger that you're going to build later. ChatGPT can help me build it. I'll upgrade to the I think it's called the Plus plan, $20 a month. Build my own GPT. You can build your own website as well. That'll be the prototype. If they ask me, okay, your software publisher, what's your product? Boom, here's my product. I also have my own media platform that I'm currently working on, where videos like this will be on that platform, showing you guys my journey, showing you what I'm doing. showing you how I'm building this stuff. And I want to be more hands-on, so in the future I will have videos showing you, the actual computer screen, showing you step by step how I'm doing it. I'm going to get there. Got to crawl before you can walk. So that's the vision I see in my business. I think software publishers, it's a super low risk code, and under that code, I could do multiple things. You could do multiple operations under one code. I could do media, I could do marketing. I could have a division of that company, a LLC. That'll be a holding company. I could create a LLC for the transportation company. You want that separate because it's high risk. And a lot of this stuff was theory for years before technology. Technology is going to help you make this a reality, because now you have the tools to help you build this stuff. You don't have to go find experts. That's what I like about this journey. You have the tools now to help you build this stuff. I admit it, a lot of it was theory for so many years. Now you have technology to help you build it. There's people that will go to ChatGPT, and even though they say it makes mistakes, they'll get so much information about business advice. And where do you think they're getting that information from? They're getting it from the real experts. So yeah, it's not perfect yet. I don't want anybody to think AI is perfect yet. But what's going to happen in 5 years if it's this good now? Have you seen some of the videos? On Sora 2, the videos are starting to look real, like real people. What is it going to look like in 5 years, guys? In 5 years, you want to be able to tell if this is really me. I'll be able to make I could probably do it now. I could probably make an AI clone of me now, but there might be slight flaws where you'll be able to tell it's AI. But in 5 years, you will not be able to tell at all if this video is really me or it's my clone. And I'll tell you, I'll be like, yeah, this is Will Blandon's clone from such and such technologies. And I'm going to help you because he's busy behind the scenes. That's our future. That's where we're at. That's really all I wanted to share with you guys. I really want you to think, if you listen to this video to the end, I really want you to think long and hard about this. Do you want the next year to be the same as this one? Where you're worried about government shutdowns? Do you think people in Congress with their high paychecks are worried about it being a government shutdown? They're still making money. Or do you want to be able to sit back and be like, yeah, we're bringing in so much money, this don't even affect my life? You might be worried about your friends and family, but you can actually say, I can help them financially. You can pick and choose who to help financially. And if you don't want to be in the same situation next year, the tools are there. I'm using them. I don't know about you guys. I'm not going to wait for to get deactivated by Uber and Lyft. I'm not going to wait to lose a job. I'm taking action now, and you should too. That's all I got for you guys. please share the video. I hope you really, really paid attention to the message, you know. Share the video. Please help support for free. Subscribe, like, comment. Even if the comment's negative, you help support the channel. Thank you guys for your continued support, a few of you. And I love you whether you listened or not. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Thank you.